How is it going, everybody? You're watching Then About Tech, and in this video I'm gonna tell you what's the best and what's the worst time to buy your next iPhone. With this video, you're gonna save a lot of money and avoid a lot of frustration. Let's get started. Okay guys, so the first thing you have to keep in mind is that Apple always releases their new generation of iPhones in September. Every single time, every single year in September. There's one exception, but that was because of the pandemic. So it's always in September. And with that in mind, we can easily check what's the best and what's the worst time to upgrade or to buy your new iPhone. Just as a reference, I'm recording this video in July 2025, so in just 2 months, just a couple months, we're gonna see the brand new iPhone 17 series, which is expected to be 4 models: the entry-level iPhone 17, the 17 Air, 17 Pro, and the 17 Pro Max. So what's actually the worst time to buy an iPhone, which you should always avoid? And there's a very important window right here. That's 3 months before the release of the new generation, so 3 months before September, as I just mentioned. So we're talking about mid-June. So we are right now in the don't buy an iPhone window. We are right now in this period, in the recording of this video, and 2 months after. So until mid-November, end of November, so close to Black Friday. So mid-June until the end of November, that's the don't buy, the no buy a new iPhone window. You know how hard it is to run and grow your business when you have to focus on so many things, like for example, managing your website. And that's why I want to talk about Kinsta, my favorite web hosting service for WordPress sites. If your website is important to your business, hear me out. I know you want your WordPress site to just work. You want it to be fast. And with Kinsta, it can be up to 200% faster just by migrating. You also want it to be stable, even if it has huge traffic. And of course, you also want high security and 24/7 support. And I'm saying real support with real humans. That's Kinsta. On top of that, their dashboard, which is called My Kinsta, is super easy to use, navigate, and you can get all the information you need just like that. Oh, and they'll actually migrate your website for free, completely free. On top of that, there's a 30-day money-back guarantee. With Kinsta, your website and your business will thank you. Go ahead and take a look at the first link I have right here in the description. There is an amazing offer for Kinsta right now. Go ahead and check it out. Don't waste any time. Now, let's get back to the video. And the reason is very easy to understand. Let's imagine you have an iPhone 12 or 13 or whatever, and you want to get an iPhone 15 or 16. So if you buy it right now, again, we are in July in this video, okay, and this is just an example. You can pick and choose and think of when you're watching this video, all right? So if you buy an iPhone 15 or 16 right now, you're gonna pay top dollar because those iPhones are the newest iPhones available right now. So you're gonna buy them expensive, and then in just a couple months, Apple will release the iPhone 17. So right here, we've got the frustration aspect. So the first aspect, as I mentioned in the beginning of the video. So you're buying a new iPhone, and then in just a couple months, it's gonna seem old. It's gonna be like previous generation, so it frustrates a little bit, and that's completely normal. But even if you don't care about this, even if you don't get frustrated, we have to talk about money, which is more important than this. And it's also a bad financial decision to buy it right now. Simply because if you go ahead and get an iPhone 15 or 16 right now, in just a couple months, you're gonna see the iPhone 17, and then in a few more months, your new iPhone 15 or 16, it's gonna depreciate a lot. Its price is gonna go down by a lot, simply because they're not new anymore. An iPhone 16 is the newest iPhone right now, but in a couple months, it won't be. So it will depreciate and you will lose money. So we have frustration and we have bad financial advice, simply because you're just gonna waste money very quickly in just a few months. And then of course, there's the third factor. Maybe you like the iPhone 17 when it's released. So let's imagine again, you just bought an iPhone 15 or 16, you're happy with it, but in a couple months, Apple will release the iPhone 17 series, and let's imagine you like the new 17 Pro. or let's imagine like the new 17 Air. And then it's complicated because you just spent money on your iPhone 16, and trying to sell it and buying the new iPhone 17 is definitely gonna make you lose a lot of money. So because of this, that's why we don't recommend that you buy an iPhone when it's so close to the release of the new generation. It's just not smart. And the same goes a few months after the release. That's why I don't recommend you to buy even an iPhone 15 or 16 in September, right after the release of the new generation, or in October, or even in the beginning of November, simply because we're gonna have awesome sales because of Black Friday and Christmas. So don't go ahead and buy even the previous generation when the newest iPhone was just released, because you have to wait some time, at least a couple months, for the previous generations like the 15 and 16 to actually go down and down and down. So then, as I said, towards the end of the year or the beginning of the next year, that's the best time to buy your previous generation iPhone if you don't like the 17 or if you don't care about the 17. And I know a lot of people are gonna say, okay, Daniel, but in the end of the day, this won't help me. Because let's imagine I have an iPhone 12 and I want to buy an iPhone 16. So even if I wait towards the end of the year when the iPhone 16 price will actually go down, my iPhone 12 price will go down as well. And let's say I want to give it as trade-in, or I want to sell it to somebody else and use the money to buy the iPhone 16. So there's no point, because my current older iPhone, let's say the iPhone 12, will depreciate as well. But that's the thing, it doesn't depreciate at the same rate. An iPhone 16 will depreciate by a lot more than your iPhone 12 a few months after the release of the iPhone 17, simply because newer devices, more expensive devices will depreciate much harder compared to old ones. An iPhone 16 is the newest generation available right now. In a couple months, it'll be previous generation. An iPhone 12 has been the previous generation for years and years and years, so it won't depreciate that much. It won't lower its price by a lot, simply because the 17 was released, because it's been the iPhone 12, it's been the old iPhone for a while now, so you don't have to worry about that. So then it's very, very easy to understand. Don't buy an iPhone 3 months before the release of the newest generation, so mid-June until Black Friday. That's not the great time to buy a new iPhone. And go ahead and do buy a new iPhone when it's Christmas, Black Friday time and on, and the next year, January, February, and so on, until the end of May, beginning of June. So then, of course, that's the best time where you're gonna get the best deals, where your phone, the phone you want, will actually depreciate by quite a lot. And even if you wanna get the newest iPhone 17, that's the best time as well, because by the time we get to Black Friday, Christmas, and so on, you're gonna start seeing some awesome deals even on the newest generation. So even if you wanna get the new iPhone 17, don't rush and go ahead and buy it on week one, on day one, if you wanna save some cash, all right? So that's pretty much it. That's what I wanted to tell you in this video, when you should and when you shouldn't buy your next or your first iPhone. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you on the next one as usual. Bye bye, guys.